Hi, this is Danny Doyle, and I'm here with Casual Jacob.
Hello.
And we are under Delusions.
Woo! Hex scroll.
Hex is useful. Extra accuracy, as it turns out, good.
Yeah, I like it when opponents have, 10, 15 less hit?
It's less avoid, right? Isn't Hex...
Oh, yeah, they have less avoid, so you have more hit.
Yes. Yeah, so I believe it's 10 in this game.
That sounds
I know... Right. So, like... A lot of the skills that we have in, like, skill system and a lot of ROM hacks and stuff are taken from Fate's Awakening heroes. And I know it's, like, Hex is the equivalent of Fierce Main. Like, Hex and Awakening is the equivalent of Fierce Main in... it's 15, but 15, it's only adjacent. Okay, so it's kind of like a halfway between, like, Heartseeker and Anathema / Fierce Main / Hex, depending on what game
my
you're
beloved.
in. You might have noticed that Rachel is having some stabs. I had second thoughts about killing her off, and I'm going to be promoting her. And Falconites in this game get stabs, so
wow,
that's why she's holding stabs. If you're wondering, they get S stabs on promotion.
I see we're stealing the vulnerary.
Yeah, I gotta make up for it, you know.
We gotta make up for the chapter 1 vulnerary we didn't get.
I gotta make up for it, you know. I gotta make up for it, you know.
Woo!
I gotta.
Combat. Look at that.
We're gonna be if you're excited about Flynn Combat, then hit the subscribe button, because we're gonna be seeing a fucking lot of it.
We gotta get Flynn on that grind. All 6 EXP.
I mean, that would have been 12 if we had the Paragon ring.
If only.
Sorry about the abrupt cut. I made a little bit of an oopsie. So, we're just redoing this, and I figured that showing you the same thing, like, multiple times would not make for a great viewing experience. So, we are gonna steal this vulnerary. We gotta make up for the one I didn't get in Chapter 1.
It'll be worth it in the long run. Think of all the vulnerary uses we'll have.
And then we are going to...
Woo!
Flynn Combat. Right?
Ow.
Oh, this time he got hit. He dodged last time. Damn.
I can't believe the RNG is so unfair in this game.
You know, I think I'll actually make the cut be... I think now I'll make the cut be when he dodges. Because... then people will know the pain of
that
Flynn.
Would be funny.
Flynn. Actually, wait. Upside.
I'm listening.
Emil experience.
Yippee!
Actually, technically optimal? Question mark. So you
we
go
are
here.
Optimizing.
We are omega optimizing. You go here. You go here. And now you go here. And we go...
We gotta visit the house.
Oh, there was nothing there.
Oh,
wait.
Well.
Oh, god. Oh, wait, no. I can fix this. I thought I messed up again. Did I mess up again?
I don't know what the plan is. You could try to lie your way out of this.
I super messed up.
Uh-oh.
Did I load the wrong preps? Because from here, we can't... Yeah. Did I load the wrong preps?
Uh-oh. Is that why you have to Bechamel shove?
No, Bechamel's supposed to shove.
Ah.
I'm so fucking good at Fire Emblem, y'all. You have no idea. Okay. We're back here. I just didn't want to show you the third time. But we're gonna get a new unit. So,
Yippee!
we have to visit this house 3 times. It used to be 5 times.
Yeah, it used to be a little bit.
So, this is like the second secret character, and I do think that 5 times makes him like a lot more secret, but also way more obnoxious. Like, I was able to get him turn 1 by using 2 Kanto users, but you have to use 4 people with Kanto to get him on turn 1 if there's 5. It definitely feels like a little bit excessive. I remember on my first playthrough, when I didn't know about the secret characters, and it was still 5, I visited the house once, and I was like, oh, it must just be a flavor house. So, like, I think the change from 5 to 3 probably doesn't, like, make any more people discover him naturally than would anyway.
Most likely.
But let's talk about Gaylord. Because he's like... These are funny stats. These are funny stats.
These are some funny starting stats.
And some funny growth rates. They're all prime numbers. Or, not prime numbers. They're, what, multiples of 3, I think?
Multiples of 3.
Yeah. Because, like, they can't be prime numbers. There's some evens in there. But yeah, they're all multiples of 3. None of them are prime, in fact, because of that. But Gaylord is, like, either the best or second best staffer in the game. Like, it's either him or Emil, depending on what you prefer.
Yeah.
We talked about why Emil, like, is in contention. He comes early, he has high magic, he has extra staff range from his, like, special skill. Gaylord, being the first horse staffer, is, in most Fire Emblem games, like, good enough to put you in contention for best staffer in the game. But we have a funny little skill called Power Staff.
A very goofy skill.
So Power Staff is basically Gale Force, but for staffing. The first time you use a staff, you get to take an additional action. Notably, this does not apply to the Wrath Staff or the Caduceus, which is the other physical combat staff. So those are counted like regular weapons and do not give you a staff force. But heal, mend,
the staff action.
Yes, anytime you click the staff action, all of that. So that in and of itself, like, just having multiple uses of these powerful staffs. Like, we already have a few good ones, like Warp and the Rune Staff and stuff, right? Well, we don't have the Rune Staff anymore, RIP. But that alone is, like, good.
And just in case anyone's wondering, it's just as good as it sounds. Like, there's no catch or anything. Like, it is just, he takes 2 turns when he clicks staff.
And you might think that, like, okay, well, he's in Troubadour. Traditionally, Troubadours don't have, like, as good magic as the dismounted ones. And, like, when you look at his growths, that's vaguely true. Like, he's level 6, so 9 magic is not, like, behind where you would expect a level 6 unpromoted unit to be. But 42% magic growth isn't great. In fact, he has a better strength growth than magic growth, which is relevant, I think, like, because the Caduceus and Wrath Staff and stuff, right? But you can fix that with the Foggy Glasses pretty easily, which we got 2 chapters ago, I want to say? It's in the desert map. Yeah, so 2 maps ago.
Yeah, you get the glasses 2 maps ago. And his speed is already 24, so I think putting the glasses on and tanking your speed a little more is, like...
whatever. He's gonna be slow. He doesn't really care about having high speed, because he's not generally trying to do combat, although you can give him the speed boosting stat booster, the Mercury Boots, in order to make his speed good. Like, I've done that and made him a combat god, which is very fun.
He's also pretty decent as a combat god with 51 base HP and 252 growth. He can kind of just live forever on the front lines.
Well, but I did want to talk about his magic as compared to the dismounted ones, because he actually has a higher magic cap than bishops do. So if you do give him a magic growth booster, he will have a higher staff range than the unpromoted ones. So, like, staff force isn't like, oh, well, the drawback is he's not as good as staffing. No, the only staffer with more range than him is Emil because of his personal skill. Adding the flat staff range. But Gaylord can increase it even more so, because on promotion they get swords. Troubadours get swords in this game. So he can equip the Flame Sword for the magic boost to get even more staff range. Which is very silly. Like, even without the Flame Sword boost, he still gets higher staff range than bishops do, but with it, he gets even more. And it's not like, we pointed out that his strength and HP are good. It's not like he's not able to do sword combat to build that sword rank, because it is D rank swords, so you do need 2 levels of weapon rank. But like, he prefers using physical swords for combat anyway, because his strength is generally gonna be better. Like, his strength base is not good, but if you're training him up, that growth rate's nice.
If you're sacking his speed already with, like, foggy glasses, you could just go all the way and run him with ankle weight plus foggy glasses to just turn him into a really slow power staffing sword swinger.
And, like, kind of a tank, because as you were saying, he starts with 51 HP, and he's gaining 3 every level. Well, 2 to 3 every level, with 252 growth.
And because the HP cap is higher in this game, it actually matters, because it's 80 HP instead of 60 like traditional GBA.
And you might think, like, oh, well, what if he faces, like, a really high-strength Swordmaster who just crits him to death from 80 HP? At level 15, he gets Miracle, which is kind of like Sturdy, Holdout, like those sorts of abilities. When you're above 50% HP, you always live at 1. Which, like, mostly doesn't matter on Gaylord. And the other unit, Hilbert, who gets it, it also mostly doesn't matter on. But they're kind of anti-crit insurance is the big thing.
Yeah.
Like, FE8 Luna crit won't happen. Basically.
Gaylord has another anti-crit insurance built into his unit kit with his 99 luck growth and his 27 base.
That's the other thing. He's not getting crit, but then if he does get crit, he doesn't die. I really like Gaylord. Also, as like a staffer, right? He starts out with B rank. He's gonna get S, and he is the physically oriented staffer. I've just bonked things with Caduceus, because Caduceus triples your strength. It's an S rank staff that's a physical one, right? So it'll triple your strength. If you give him the ankle weight, and like just have him turn into, hey, I'm a sword cav who can do staffing. Even if you're not using him primarily as a staffer, Staff Force can help his own movement. I've definitely had him just like heal someone who has 1 HP missing so that he can move another 8 tiles.
I've seen that before. It gives me very strong engage, clicking obstruct so you can canter 2 tiles energy. It's
pretty epic. If I were asked whether Gaylord or Emil is a better staffer, I would probably hand it to Gaylord, although Emil, I think, is probably the better unit overall because of his availability and his ability to do, like, Jagan-esque combat during this arc, whereas Gaylord is really just there for staffing. But 2 staffs per turn is really, really strong.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he's, like, definitively the best staffer. Like, Emil... I won't say it's wrong to say Emil is better. I just personally think 2 staffs per turn. It's so many staffs.
They're both up there. What do you want? 2 staffs per turn, or 2 range, or up to 4 range heal staff, or rescue, or extra yoink range, or it kind of comes down to what you need in that scenario, really.
But Gaylord is definitely going to be a mainstay in this run.
Oh,
like, it's just he's just so useful. Even though these growths will never get, like, these stats will almost never get, like, much higher or whatever. It's good enough, and, like, this is good enough.
Yes, I would like 2 actions, please.
And this doesn't rely on your magic stat.
Just 4 tiles, please.
Do you have anything else to say about Gaylord before we move on?
I haven't used him super long term like others have. Like, I've used him to kind of fill out a deployment slot here and there, maybe, if I need him, but... Like, I'll use him in this map, I'll use him in the next one, but... I haven't really used him a whole lot, but I've seen other people go kind of crazy with him, and it gets a little bit silly.
He is a unit who incentivizes, like, significant investment in terms of... Well, I wouldn't even call it significant investment. Like, he incentivizes some amount of investment in terms of letting him hold growth boosters for some amount of time, right?
Yeah.
But those are, like, resources that they're not permanent. Like, if you give him some growth boosters, they're not stuck on him. You can then give them to someone else once he levels up. So that's why I don't think it's, like, significant. It's not like, oh, well, you need 17 skill books to make Agnes work, right? Like, that's heavy investment,
It's not like dropping 2 speed wings or a Paragon manual on someone to make them good. It's... You just kind of band-aid them up a little bit until they're good, and then you can give it to someone else.
But I would say even if you're not willing to give him that amount of investment, and I'm hoping that this run demonstrates that, he's still quite useful just on the grounds of, like, power staff equals good.
Yes.
But yeah, he obviously, your mileage will, like, he'll get even better if you're willing to be like, okay, we'll give him a magic booster, I'll give him a strength booster, I'll train him his sword rank up. Discipline, maybe? I don't think it's necessary, but, like, I can see if you're just annoyed at, like, ugh, I hate having to use the steel sword with him. Yeah, throw a discipline on him.
Yeah, I
and
could, like,
sword.
maybe see it.
But, like... Anyway, we are going to... Sorry, I lied. Rachel is not promoting.
This is actually tragic.
Really? You don't want me to yoink Butch? Butch, your boy? Your boy Butch?
Oh, I like Butch way more than Rachel. Although, Rachel usually has, like, something important she does in this map for me, but I won't go into that.
Is this where you kill... Do you kill her off on this map?
Yeah, sometimes.
Is that why? Because you asked, like, oh, are you planning on still killing off Rachel? And I was like, yes. And you're like, oh, you should do it this map. And I'm like, well, no, there's ballistas on the next one.
That's why I did it on this map on my run, because I just used her to bait out some problematic ballista.
Well, but Rachel's useful for dealing with next map's ballistas, and then you can just kill her off then.
Oh, I think I got her accidentally killed in this map. And then I was like, oh well.
Iron Man
and
moment.
I just dealt with it. I was like, oh well, that's fine. She was gonna die anyways.
Rip in Pip.
Oh, Chaplain.
It's fine. I've planned out these first 2 turns, and then I loaded the wrong save file. But so now what we need to do is...
Would you look at that?
Oh, what was the... Because there is a maneuver. I think it's like... I think we Lance Reaver this guy as well.
Is it a fascinating maneuver?
Interesting maneuver. So Jeff getting hit there allows me to power staff and sort of bounce off of him. Because with Blairspiration, I can actually deal damage to the soldiers. And I just need to tink them. Okay. So I believe what we do is we staff
Heal
Jeff. I guess it's technically best to do it from here because it's the same movement values.
And it kind of just keeps him out of the way a little bit.
Yeah, and then Peggy is gonna swarp.
Yes, I would like to move again, please.
And then Blur is gonna recruit another unit.
Hey, it's this guy. Awaken
Tome. I think we awaken now? Oh, actually, I think I was supposed to fire there. It doesn't matter. Like, Awaken's gonna break and it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, if anything, it'll be nice to not have it clogging up inventory slots anymore. Look at this guy.
Before doing the grand old Mikey, let's talk about the grand old Mikey.
Let's take a look at this guy.
So ROM hack soldier, very popular archetype, I guess you would call it. People love the soldier class. There were no playable soldiers in Game Boy Advance. The first one we got was in Fire Emblem 9, and people are like, oh my god, finally, playable soldier! And then a lot of hacks, early hacks in like the FE7 days, would add the soldier class, and it promotes to Halberdier, because that's what Nephany does, and that's what Devdon does, and that's what Aaron does. And like, they're usually not very good, because the soldiers were designed to be sort of enemy-only classes.
They're kind of meant to be early game fodder classes.
And because of that, like, you get, like, your last promise, Ace, not your average soldier. Yeah, because he's worse than your average soldier. Like, those sorts of moments, right? And in modern times, a lot of hacks have sort of pivoted in the direction of, like, okay, you want soldiers, Well, you also like training projects. If soldiers are usually kind of stinky, let's make them training projects, and like they're the trainees, you know, the Amelias, the Ests, those type of units, right? Mikey is not that. At first glance, it seems like, okay, well, the soldier probably is. Like, these stats are alright. These growths are pretty good too, right?
Yeah.
Like, just well-rounded, but I would say he is not, the training project unit. Like, his speed is really his speed and maybe defense are the only stats that feel behind what you would want a unit at this point. Because, like, 17 strength... Oh, did I say 17 strength? Silly me. That's 22 strength. Just Cause...
really good.
Just Cause is really fucking good.
Yeah.
It is sort of like Ignatius from Fates' personal skill on crack. That one is +2 versus -1 defense. It's +5 attack, +15 hit. And then the penalty is still only -1 attack. Now it is obviously harder to set up than in the Fate system where you're normally trying to have people either adjacent or paired up anyway, and Ignatius's will go off of either pair up or adjacency. Whereas here, in Game Boy Advance, you don't always have people adjacent to each other. But if you're conscious of it, it's really not that hard.
For sure.
And, like, the -1 penalty is not a huge deal. Like, 16 strength is not great, but it could be a lot worse compared to, like, again, 5 attack and 15 hit, which shouldn't be scoffed at, because, like, yeah, weapons are accurate in TMGC, but there's some there's specific enemies that hit will be good against. What do you think of Luna as a skill?
Luna is awesome, because it kind of means that no matter how late into the game we get, Mikey is still just going to be able to click the Luna button and poke something through all of its defense and do damage.
Yeah, this is not your grandma's Luna. This is a combat art. And he already sort of, like, shows off, like, one of the cool things about Luna, effective weapons. We stole an Axe Buster. That's for Mikey. We have the Horse Slayer. There's the Heavy Spear. Later, there's the Warding Lance, which is effective against people equipped with, I believe it's Anima?
Yes.
So you have all these options for effective damage combined with just ignoring the enemy's defense. So whereas on Kenneth, Luna feels nice, but not, like, defining, Luna does feel like the reason to use Mikey. Like, Just Cause is really good, but Just Cause is just a stat boost, and ultimately with Just Cause, Mikey is still just a guy who do the damage. With Luna, Mikey is a guy who do all the damage, and he doesn't care how bulky you are.
I think Luna also makes a much funnier impression on Mikey, because when you use Luna on Kenneth early on, you're negating, like, 2 points of resistance on the deserters and hunters, whereas by this point, enemies actually have some meat and some bulk on them.
I find that with Kenneth, Luna I more often use for the +10 hit, I believe it is.
That sounds right. It's like +5 or 10 hit.
The extra hit bonus. Which, like, I mean, Mikey benefits from that too.
Look at this 36 attack. You can do 36 raw damage to someone.
Well, okay, so he's getting Blairspiration.
Oh, that is Blairspiration.
He's getting Blairspiration. He's getting Just Cause. Yeah. So it's not like fully just Mikey on his stats and stuff, but still
with
good.
Support being 3 range, you're gonna want to try to keep people like close to their support partners anyways. So I find that if like you're trying to keep Mikey next to his support partners, like you can find ways to try to keep him adjacent to people. Especially once you start getting stuff like, you know, like the Night Band and stuff that lets you Kanto your units around easier.
Or like, you know, yoinks and swarps and stuff for more movement tech and whatnot.
I am now looking forward to a moment where we yoink someone onto a specific tile just to give Mikey Just Cause damage.
I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility. Yeah, I like Mikey. Ultimately, I do find that as we get later into the game, the ability to just be a nuke becomes a lot less special. Although Halberdiers do get a crit bonus, so if you're the sort of person that really likes crits, buying the Killer Lance for him, Luna crit, like Alchrist anyone, personally, I prefer more reliable strategies than that, but, like, it is something you can go for. And it's the fact that, like, Luna is a combat art means that you can use Luna to crit fish. So it's, I guess, better than Alchrist. It's Etier. That'll light up the comments section.
I thought Halberdiers didn't get a crit boost.
Is that?
I don't think it's got big numbers.
Maybe I'm a liar.
Here,
Am I a liar?
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, let's, uh-oh.
Because I feel like I remember someone asking, like, why do Halberdiers not get crit boosts? And the response was, like, they just have really giant big numbers.
Maybe I'm gaslamping. It's been a bit since I used Mikey. I used him in my first 2 runs, and then I dropped him since then.
It looks like they do not get a crit boost.
I'm a liar archetype. That's gonna light up the comment section for 2 reasons. 1, I baited the NTA and Alchrist discourse, and then 2, anyone who knows TMGC is going to instantly be like, actually, they don't. I'm leaving this whole thing in. I'm leaving this whole thing in.
No, please do. It's called getting engagement.
Fire Emblem, engage! Anyway.
Look at that.
With Awaken, he can now kill with the Iron Lance, although previously he only killed with,
Steel.
Oh, wait, whoops.
So how's Blair doing up there next to all the mercenaries?
Oh yeah, we're yoinking her back.
Oh.
So I think we want to yoink her here. Yoink priority starts up, right?
Yeah, up, left, right, down.
Because we want Blairspiration for a little dinky dink.
Bonk.
And even though it's only 1 point of damage, because he's dealing... Oh, it's 3 points of damage. He gets kill EXP, though, because of how the Wrath Staff works, in case you forgot from... Because we haven't been using it on Peggy. But yeah, 3 staff experience, and then kill experience if they deal damage, which he did. And then that's actually... That crit actually set up a kill for Desmond. Good Jagan archetype?
What level did we end up getting Desmond to? Is he 8?
He does not have Lancefair yet, if that's the question. Oh. So he's 6, I think, because he gets Lancefair at 7, right?
Change.
So, if he doesn't... So, this map is when he'll have his, like, special promotion. And don't worry, I won't make you watch it, but if he's not, like, there... Yeah, we'll just...
Just grab it, Kanto.
If he's not there, there are a couple of ways to abuse. The first is ballistas have infinite ammunition. So I could just 1 EXP at a time get him to 7. But this is also the first map with an arena on it. And we can talk about the arena when we get to the arena.
One of only, like, 4 maps in the game that have an arena.
One of only 4 maps in the game that has an arena, and the only one of those maps... The only one of those maps that does not have a time objective.
Yes.
You say 4, I can only think of 2 others that have arenas. There's Chapter 15, and then there's the big defense map, the last defense map. What's the other one?
Maybe there are only 3 arenas. I thought there was one more somewhere in there, but I could be completely wrong. Which is a possibility.
Because there's a funny little, like, exploit that I don't know if it's intentional or not, but there is a funny little exploit around... Oh, damn. An Armor Slayer. I'm so scared. Haha, just kidding.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that 0% Joseph just eats both of these Armor Slayer hits?
Yeah, he got doubled by an
And he
effective
lives.
weapon, and he just goes, no thank you. I don't think so. I don't think I'll die, actually.
Maybe it is only 3 maps with arenas. I thought for some reason there was another one, but I think you're right.
Alright, let's grab your vulnerary as
Yoink.
well.
We're gonna have so much vulnerary.
Yeah, so in between... He does not, unfortunately.
Yeah, he does not eat the effective weapon.
So in between, I did actually... in between recordings, I did use the fuse function to fuse a lot of my low-use vulneraries together. So in case anyone's, like, worried for my sanity, don't worry. I am still insane. But I do still plan on taking all these vulneraries to the grave! Are you here to kill us all? No, I just want your Master Seal.
I just want your precious items, and I will leave you be.
Alright, so we can get another Bonky XP.
Yippee!
Yeah, that speed is not great on him.
So much.
It's Kill EXP. Like, it is Kill EXP. That's pretty epic, right?
We also get Keely XP on Svelzalis.
Yeah, we basically revival crystalled this person to get 2 EXP on him. 2 kills worth of EXP. Okay, so with Just Cause, that'll be 26. Perfect. Perfect kill.
Perfect.
With the Steel Lance. So that was why I used fire with...
You were saying... I was thinking it. I wasn't going to say it. I was thinking it, but I didn't say it.
Yeah. And you know what the really sad part is? I could have gotten that up to a 99.
Oh. I thought it was just Crit Avoid. Oh, it's also a Void.
Yeah, it's so it would have been 94, but still.
Oh well, Apollo chip.
I mean, like, now we can use the iron instead of the steel.
Yeah.
So that's the upside. Remind me, this is one of the games where if you, if you use a spell, it consumes its durability even if you miss, right?
That's how it works in GBA. In all 3 GBA games, physical weapons and bows, if you miss, don't consume a use, but tomes do consume a use. So we could have broken the Awakening Tome right there.
But then how would we save the franchise?
We got 3 scary fighters incoming.
Well, I am gonna fight one of them with Flame. I don't think he has the bulk to enemy phase all of them. Oh wait, you have a hand axe. No,
Yeah.
so that's still one. Okay, it's 28, 35, 33. Yeah, so he can fight one. Let's give him the Iron Sword. And reposition for Blairspiration.
We like to see it.
Heal up Gaylord.
Now we can eat 2 more hits.
And then the nice thing about Cassius and Rachel on this map is because they have high move, I can use them to like swarp Peggy ahead and not really have them fall behind.
Yeah, kind of carry her forwards.
Which is kind of cool.
Because this is a pretty long map. This is kind of... Out of all the maps that I think we've played up until this point, I guess Chapter 10's also kind of... Chapter 10's kind of long if you go for like the Lazarus kill especially, but...
I feel like Chapter 10's long even if you don't go for the Laz kill. Like that was our first map that got split into 2 parts.
But this map, even like on growth mode, I still find this map takes me a little while to get through. Which isn't a bad thing. It's supposed to be a big like invasion on the Yggdrasil capital, so I kind of like that it's this huge map up a mountain. Woo, javelin!
Okay, so if we... Ooh, you have hand axe. Just trying to figure out a way to set up inspiration and also just cause. And also feed a kill to Flynn. Inspiration puts it up to 21, so we don't even need to have her attack. We can just have her be an inspo bot.
Yippee!
And then
look at this unit go.
Also, he probably could have taken on these axe fighters because he dodged 2 of them. I just don't like being like. So there's a hatred in the community against dodge tanking, right? And I do think it's often overstated. Like, dodge tanking is never reliable. Technically true, but unless you are literally getting, unless you're literally getting 100 on all of your attacks, who cares? And the reason I say that is you can get dodge tanking to a point where the odds of failure are like less than 1%, at which point technically it still falls under it's always unreliable. But realistically,
there's a certain point where it's not unrealistic anymore. It's not perfect, but you know, if you fall into the camp of I have to just not get hit by 420%, like that's probably gonna be fine. I remember I used to do a lot more just like hoping for dodging whenever I was newer to the series, but look at that. Doesn't he kill with javelin? Or are you trying to get him?
But I figured the javelin's more valuable to preserve than the iron lance. And we can heal him up, like we got staff actions. I'd rather spend 2 uses of an iron lance and 1 use of a heal staff that also helps Gaylord out than spend 2 uses of a javelin. Like maybe that's just me valuing the javelin too highly.
I don't think the 100 gold pieces between the two are gonna like make a huge difference in the long run for us.
Yeah. It's less like the gold value and more like the javelin gives me flexibility for the next couple of maps, like attacking from 2 range.
Yeah.
Useful. Hey, Beck.
Beshimo's doing his best.
So that fighter is not actually a brigand. He's behaving like, oh, I'm a charging down, but breaking the wall. But he's not gonna. The village is not actually under threat. So nothing to be worried about.
Twang.
God, Joseph's still taking 0 again in 0%.
Yeah, this is 0%
14.
Joseph.
Like
this is a unit. We got this guy in like what, chapter 3?
Chapter 3, yeah. I know this unit falls off later when like enemies get gildeds and stuff, right?
Yeah. Once
but
enemies
I think
get
people
killed,
really
kind of falls off a
overstate. Like I see people say like, "Oh, just bench Joseph immediately." Like, "Oh, deploy cut's not actually a problem because Joseph is an auto bench." And I just don't agree with that.
I don't see it. Like I think I'm gonna be real. I think some of that is still just like FE 6, 8, 9 armors are bad because low move and they don't tank well enough. Like, he has the bulk to back up just sitting on the front lines.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Never mind. We didn't need the inspiration.
Now, as we mentioned, there is a point where big defense just kind of doesn't really work anymore, but we're still, judging from how much damage the enemies are doing right now, we're still a little ways away from that.
Just a tiny bit.
How much defense does he have in total?
I will check right after I kill this guy.
Because I know we're also getting like 2 from the fort, but I have a feeling he's still taking 0 because of
21
defense.
21. So he's taking 0 because of the fort.
Okay, so we'd be taking like 1 or 2, because it's -2 for weapon triangle. So we'd be taking 2 if it weren't for the fort. But oh no, taking 2 damage on his 50-something HP.
This guy,
now,
on the other
that'll
hand...
hurt. That'll actually do some damage.
23... Okay, so she lives the ballista, because my initial plan was to punch forward and then retreat, but then I saw the light brand, and so now I don't think I can follow that initial plan.
Joseph cowering in fear the moment someone holds up a book with a campfire on it.
Shoot.
Yoink him?
Well, so I was gonna yoink Blur.
Oh,
the plan.
That's right. If we had Addington, he could place a crate on one of the piles. And it would do nothing.
It would do nothing. It would do nothing.
Oh, there is the save point on the right, just in case you want to...
Save in this bad position? I don't think so.
Just in case, like...
Well, let me
like if you get...
make sure there's actually a way out beforehand.
Yeah. Just in case, you know, you get like 4 actions deep and go, oh, I should have done this like 3 actions ago, and that would make this work.
We have the Brave Lance. We can Brave Lance this guy. Ooh, that accuracy
hits
though.
a little sketch. Do you have someone who could shove?
Silver doesn't kill, yeah.
Oh, because he's not getting weapon triangle off of it, I think. So it's just...
Oh, he doesn't get the triangle attack bonus, you're right. His only support is Blur and... Just Blur. Or, not Blur, Aaron. Just Aaron.
I don't remember what their support even gives.
No Stefan. Does it give hit? It gives 20.
It gives 20 hit.
Oh, that's 3 tiles, right? 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3, yep. So that should work.
Okay, but then... Okay, so then the thing becomes, right? Because of you guys. We can't leave him in there either. We have 3 yoinks available because of power stuff, right?
Power staff,
so we can yoink multiple people out.
We do also have sleep. I know it feels like it'd be really early to throw out a sleep staff, but that is an option if you wanted to, like, maybe put the light brand to sleep so you can wall the physical guys.
We could. What's the hit rate there? Because we have 2 sleeps, actually.
I feel like it's going to be pretty good. Oh, you have to get Apollo out of the way.
Apollo. Oh, I can just test the hit. I can look at the hit rate.
I have a feeling it's going to be 100.
It is not.
Oh, wow.
That's a Myrmidon, remember? They have res.
I mean, that's true. It is a Myrmidon. I'm just not used to seeing status have less than 100 hit in this game.
They have res. Like, they have res.
This is true.
Alright, I think what we do is... Aaron?
We try to put Carbon to sleep instead.
Well, so why does that matter, though? Carbon's not going to kill himself.
Because he has a killer bow.
Oh. Well, no, I can just yoink out. Far. Like, I can just yoink out.
That's right. They have to run through a forest. That hurts their movement.
1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it's fine. I think we have you... Shove. And now that gives us the hit.
Okay. That should put him up in, like, the 90s, right?
99.
99.
So, like, we might miss...
It's like 99.97 or something.
Okay.
Easy game.
Easy.
I love this early Brave Lance.
So next...
Get you out.
Get you out. Now, we gotta get you out, too. 1, 2. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We can do it from where Mikey is. You have what, 5 move, right?
Yeah, unpromos have 5.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Mikey can go here, and he only fights 1 enemy.
Okay.
Yoink Aaron. That gets her out of the way.
Do.
More. We'll get 1, 2. Is that the ballista? She's there.
Okay. I am so happy Ballista only have 8 range in this. This looks like it'd be so much worse if Ballista had all 10 range like in vanilla.
Okay. So now yoink
Desmond out.
Desmond to safety. Okay.
Whoop.
And then we gotta take drop some people.
Yeah, just take drop their leftovers.
Let's check cons. So you have 5 con.
Nope. Apollo might be able to take.
Yeah, he can grab her.
Draw.
7 con. 9 con.
So neither.
So Jeff can take one of them, and Butch can take the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So warping time. Zoop.
Yeah, they both have enough aid for both of them, right? Yes.
Because Jeff has all the con. Kanto.
There. Perfect. Okay, so now...
I guess you could even shove Mikey if you didn't want him to be in combat, but I think we want him to level up.
Well, I moved him on purpose. Although, does he have... Yeah, he has the Iron Lance equipped. I moved him on purpose into range of exactly 1 enemy so that he would fight them. Because I like him leveling up. And also, he might deal more damage than Joseph if he doubles, which I didn't check, but he's been doubling people, so I just sort of assume is going to happen.
I don't think he'll double a mercenary, but...
I mean, I didn't check the numbers, because, like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
There's someone who has a light brand because I didn't check things and I got complacent and Joseph dies. That wouldn't happen.
He'll be fine. He'll dual crit, too. Oh,
he gets doubled. It is a Silver Sword mercenary.
He was fighting, like, Steel Lance soldiers and hammer guys.
He was. And I realized after I said, like, oh, he'll probably double. The man has 14 speed, and he's held back by, like, even in growth mode, he's held back by the fact that soldier bases are kind of fucking trash.
I have heard some people complaining about...
They're not bases, caps.
Like,
caps.
Yeah,
caps.
like, soldier speed cap or whatever being a thing.
Yeah, it feels like less of a big deal on Mikey, because if you're using him after this map, you probably Master Seal him. But there's another playable soldier who it really holds back, because sometimes it takes them longer than they would like to get a Master Seal.
Yeah. Oh, here come more guys.
Okay, so we can kill this guy and then retreat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, something to remember, one of these horse guys is a promoted ranger. The sprites are very difficult to tell apart, but there is a promoted ranger somewhere on this map.
Here, I think.
Okay, that's the ranger then.
This one's just a bocap, yeah.
I remember it threw me off in the Iron Man. I thought they were just all rangers, or all not nomads, like bocavs. So I checked the combat forecast with one. And I was like, okay, like, because TMGC has set stats on most enemies, like, that's what it's like. And then I got jump scared by promoted ranger a moment later, and I was like, oh. That's more than I bargained for.
Yeah, in my first playthrough, that was how Carbon died, is I was like, oh, he can just, like, enemy phase this one bow guy. He used his killer bow to crit kill the ballista, and then I was like, he'll just enemy phase, and then he got doubled in one round it, and I was like, well, he seems like he's a bad unit. And people are like, that was a promoted version of him! And I was like, I don't know. No, I don't know.
Because if you just look at them, like, one by one and don't have them on the screen together, I think it's really difficult to tell which one's a ranger and which one's just a bowcav. Joseph will simply keep Oh my god.
I mean, that is 24 damage.
I was more or less looking at the Joseph doubling.
That guy's weighed down by a Brave Lance. Oh!
Yeah, like...
Okay, never mind. I thought it was 24 damage. It's actually only 12. He's actually fine. Okay. So then we make a tactical retreat and let Joseph be the wall.
Just Joseph eats everything for days.
I was gonna give him the Longius, but I actually don't want him to counter Carbon.
That's fair.
So I think what we do is take drop.
The
retreat.
image of 0% Joseph in chapter 13 doubling something. I don't care if they have a Brave Lance, just him doubling something is so incredibly funny. We will simply run away.
Let's check ranges now that we've freed up spaces a little, though, because
sometimes I can mess with, like, movements and where enemies can go. Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that'll be the farthest movement that anyone has. Oh, this is a space they can move through. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's fine.
Oh, I was gonna say if all else fails, you could like
Desmond
shove him up one tile if you needed to. Assuming Desmond wouldn't be in like danger.
It's not an assumption I'm like super confident in actually, TBH.
I have to remember that this isn't like an actually statted level 7 Desmond.
I mean, even with actual stats, like even with growths, right? He'd on average have
point.
3 more defense and like 1 more point of speed. So a lot of things are still doubling him that double him in 0%, and a lot of things are dealing almost as much damage. Like he doesn't have bulk through raw numbers. He gets bulk by picking the correct matchups with Triangle Adept.
Getting those extra bonuses. I do know some...
Although, no, that's not even true. He doesn't even get bulk off of that, because it only affects his own, not theirs.
Oh, right.
So, it's... I guess technically it gives him bulk from Avo, but he doesn't have the Avo to, like, Avo tank. Like we were talking about with Flynn, and how, like, I think people exaggerate, like, dodge tanking is always unreliable, but at the same time, like, you do have to actually have... You have to get it to the point where the chance of failure is low enough that it's acceptable. If the chance of failure is I get hit by a single 30%, that's unacceptable. And if the chance of failure is I get hit by 4 70%, I also see that as unacceptable.
Wang. Joseph just lives forever. It's so beautiful. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this part is now a little scary. So you... Oh, you reach, like, all the way down here.
Yeah.
And presumably we can't reach with sleep, right?
Probably not.
No, we can't. Although maybe if we power staffed, we could. Sleep is going to be 5 range.
5 tiles.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, with power staff we can do it from here. And then we would still have to take 3 hits, which is not right.
I don't really like the sound of that.
Yeah, I don't love it either. We could just keep retreating.
Hey, we can just choke all the way back to the bridge. I don't remember when they show up, but I know wyverns start showing up at some point. I don't remember if those are zone or turn-based.
Yeah, they're like on the cliffs over here, right?
I think they're the forts by the house Gaylord's in.
Like these?
Yeah. Because I remember they fly up awkwardly to where you can only really reach them with a longbow. Trade chain the Brave Lance around a little bit.
Why?
But just to like mow down some of the enemies, just to try to like thin them out a little bit.
We thin their numbers out.
I wish we could see the forecast for what Joseph's combat versus Carbon is, just so we can maybe try to launch into some of these other bow calves. I guess there's only the one other bow calf.
Yeah, everyone else is actually attacking at one range. If I put Joseph, like... Okay, so you have 7 move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we gotta get you out.
The good thing there's not like a time crunch on getting the villages and the such.
We would not be getting those villages, that's for darn sure.
One of those villages has, I know one of them has something really good you'd probably want in it.
Oh, yeah! I mean, like, with this strategy, we would not be getting them.
Yeah, with this strat, we would.
Not in general, we wouldn't be getting them.
I don't remember what the other one is. I know one of them's the funny staff, but I don't remember what the other one is. Oh, wait, I remember what it is now, I think.
Funny staff?
Yeah.
Do you mean the horse?
No, from one of the bottom villages. There's like a...
Oh! I thought that's what you meant when you were like, one of them has something very good. Because one of them, the top one has something very, very good in it.
Yeah, the top one has something very good, but...
Then again, you have a jab, or you have a spear, you'll be uncountered.
Yeah, that sucks, but oh well. Oh no, you're leaving Gaylord in range. The guys are gonna reach him.
Just kidding.
Fear not, the humble power staff.
Alright. Well, I guess we're not take drop in this turn.
No. The action economy is in shambles.
Shmove you, shmove you. Shmove you. Okay.
Perfect.
All y'all stay like that. Peggy's there for swarping time.
Spelt is there to look awesome.
Okay.
Like he usually does.
You got this, Joseph.
I trust.
I like how that fighter just hates walls. Because now he's going to break another wall.
I'm gonna go knock down all these walls. I sure hope there's not like some obscure reinforcement trigger that's when wall breaks, like XYZ start moving.
When wall breaks, Joseph loses 20 defense. As a fuck you to me Joseph. Specifically. The wall is Joseph! Their spirits are linked.
Joseph is sharing his HP pool with all of the breakable walls on this map.
I mean, from the looks of things, he can handle that punishment.
He is being so epic. Okay. Look out! Wang.
Damn.
And then let's see, what's Carbon gonna do? Oh, I guess.
So we do have to take 12 from this lady as well. But there's no way Carbon deals 14 even with a crit. Oh, he's longbowing. Right. No, that's actually real bad? Because it means he's farther back? Oh my god.
Oh no.
Okay, I think now we do have to push forward, right?
Yeah, we can't run away from this ranger. What's... I know you wanted to check sleep on the Ranger. Hey, look at him contributing. What are we looking at here? Good lord.
59. Getting closer doesn't increase it, does it?
It does in GBA.
Okay.
The distance hurts the staff accuracy. At least I know in vanilla it does. They could have changed it and I just don't know it.
Okay, so the plan then... I mean, unless... Yeah, we don't... Well, we might have the firepower, actually.
Because we do still... you have to get the horse out of Joseph's... Well,
I do have to
Justin has
get these
Brave
2
Land.
units out of Joseph's way. But I can do that, like, semi-reasonably.
I guess if Mikey was 1 tile closer, he could Horse Slayer the...
No, Mikey's got to talk.
Oh, that's right. Mikey has to talk this turn. Yikes.
Okay, Mikey... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so... What we will do...
What if you can get Mikey to talk on the tile above Carbon, and then he immediately turns around and pokes the Ranger with the Horse Slayer, and then Carbon rescues him out? I don't know how reasonable that is, or how easily you can do that, but...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if we yoink him, he gets 4 tiles.
Yeah? Because I don't know how much... I don't know if the Rider's Bane would do enough damage for it to matter, but it'd be... something. Yikes. Okay.
So you can kill there. You cannot. I'm just I want to, before we take any actions, I do want to see what all we have is, right?
Yeah. That is totally understandable.
If I can shove Desmond or yoink him.
I mean, I don't think Blair's doing anything with her turn.
Yeah.
Unless you want to yoink her into inspiration range somewhere.
In order to do that, I have to figure out what Emil and or Mikey is doing, right? And I think we have Emil attack from here.
Poke at that guy.
Just nuke him.
Okay.
So then I think we shove. And now we can Brave Lance.
How much does Horse Slayer do? Because I know it would give you the extra accuracy for effective.
Oh, there's
Perfect.
that. Yes.
Woo! Rider's Bane!
Or, wait. We get the extra accuracy from Aaron. We trade the Horse Slayer to Joseph so that Joseph can kill the other horse that's in the way.
That is also a good idea. You can also rally.
Yeah.
Woo!
Might as well, right? Might as well.
It's free.
So then we give the Horse Slayer to Joseph.
Iron Bow. There we go.
Just making sure, yeah, we do need to use Brave for it. It's worth it.
This is why we have it. And then Joseph can...
And then Joseph... Horse Slayer's here.
Easy.
We do want to heal him up. Probably with Peggy Physic.
Yeah, I think Physic is a good call.
Or if we can get
Or
so you're yoinking, you'll get the power staff anyway, right?
yes.
So he can use his first staff to heal Joseph, and his second staff to power staff yoink Mikey.
Yes.
Oh, he's one shy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think we just
Shoot.
Peggy Physic.
Yeah, I think this is also kind of riding into an awkward spot. 'Cause if we wanted to do like the Mikey Horse Slayer, doesn't he have to start on the forest tile?
What do you mean?
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I thought because he needs 2 moves to get through the forest.
Oh,
1,
you're
2,
right. Okay,
3,
well
4,
we can
5.
shove. Right?
Yes, because where is
I mean,
like-
or we can swarp in time, right?
Oh yeah, we could swarp him in. Perfect.
And then then we need to heal. We need to heal Joseph with Gaylord, but we can shove Gaylord. Oh no, we can't, because I just clogged those.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
It's
that is
almost as if it was made.
beautiful.
It's almost as if it was made to show off Mikey's kit.
Plus, they get a support. Oh, that is beautiful.
So we do need to talk about Carbon.
Carbon.
But first, I do want to
Get out of the sticky situation
Yeah.
first.
Whoop!
Is there anyone above the Cavs?
The ballista. But what I'm trying to see is I can block, because he's flying, right? So he's not getting any terrain bonuses from that fort, right?
Yeah.
So I can block with Svelte. Just making sure. So he takes 16 and 10. That's 26. There's no one else, as long as he's not in that range. So if we put him, like, here...
One tile down. Look at that.
And Joseph's actually safe now. Okay. So then...
Shove you so we can shove you.
Oh, I could have just swapped instead.
Eh.
But, eh.
Eh.
We'll heal up Joseph.
Whoop. Power staff. Take drops
Take-
some people.
Drop. Drop. And before we move on to enemy phase,
We'll
now that
talk
we're
about-
like in a less sticky situation, let's talk about
Yeah.
Carbon.
Carbon.
Hey, Scott the Waz. So,
Heyo. Carbon here.
Carbon, I've been hinting at it in a few unit analyses, but Carbon feels like a unit who... He has, like, some things that are actually his as far as his kit is concerned, but I feel like the majority of what makes Carbon, like, stand out isn't, like, Carbon-specific, but riding on the coattails of bows are really good, and specifically the Ranger class is really good, which I have seen some people say Ranger class is really bad, and that kind of blows my mind. I know it has bad caps, but it can still, like, do good combat because bows.
The humble Inabrenos.
The humble Enabredos, the humble Biased Quiver, the humble Canto Plus, because while other Cavaliers have regular Canto, upon promotion, Bow Cavaliers become Rangers, and Males get swords, females get lances, and all of them get Canto Plus, which means you can move after attacking as well. It's not just rescuing like in Game Boy and stuff, but it's like Tellius and FE4 type deal, right?
It's really good.
Since you're already using a weapon that you often don't get countered with, it synergizes super well. You can do hit and run tactics. 8 move Canto Plus bows is very strong. Ranger is a very, very good class. The thing that Carbon brings to it is a lot of accuracy. So he gets 2 attack and 10 hit if fighting at 2 range, which he should be most of the time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, longbow, like, it's not 2 or greater range. It's literally 2 range. So
Just
longbow,
2 range.
great bow, etc., you don't get that bonus on. But, you know, it's still, the majority of your combat is going to be using these sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
Additionally, at level 15, he gets Perfectionist. That is, people who know, like, Ferdinand and Tsubaki will recognize it. Extra hit and avoid at full HP. I believe it's 15 in Carbon's case. But I can check in the manual. But those stack, obviously, right? So, he becomes an incredibly accurate bow user, which is nice because there are some bows with very low hit that you want to take advantage of, and he can just be like, yeah, hit who?
Oh, wait, I think we passed
it. Perfectionist, 15, yes.
15 hit avoid, yeah.
The avoid is like, whatever.
Yeah, you're getting this for the hit.
Do you have anything to say about Carbon? Like, am I missing out on anything? I guess I can show off, like, his stats and his growths. Like,
I've never used this unit.
Speed.
I have no experience with this unit. I have heard he's really cool and good, but I've never used them. I don't have any experience whatsoever. I don't even have any like friends that have used them. I've just heard that he's good.
I'm so heartbroken to learn that I'm not your friend.
Oh, I haven't seen
live
you
on
use them.
camera. I've used and dropped him a lot. I don't think I've ever actually brought him to endgame, but I have done the whole, like... I feel like in TMGC, with how big the cast is, there are units you're like, this person's on my team forever, and then you're in chapter 25, and they die really late into a map, and the last save point was 7 turns ago, and you're like, I've got 5 people on the bench I really want to use. I value my time more than you, Carbon.
You are replaceable.
So, like, I've done that with him. And then I've also just, like, short-term used and dropped him quite a few times. Chapter 15 is sort of the make or break it, where sometimes I'll be like, I trained this person to level 20, but I haven't given them a Master Seal yet. Sorry, buddy, next time. But yeah, he's, like...
Ranger good.
He mostly just stands out as, like, he's in a really good class. And he's the first one you get in that really good class. And the other ones who you get in that really good class come a lot later, and also have their own sort of, like, questionable downsides, that we'll get to when we get to them, but...
We'll get there one day.
Yeah. The extra hit is definitely, like, I think that's sort of supposed to be his gimmick, but honestly, just being the first vocab is what stands out much more than that. Even though, like, I can see the sort of intention is like, well, you get these powerful but not super accurate bows, why not use them? In particular, I'm thinking, I believe it's called the Stormbow, right?
Stormbow has like 30 hit. I know, I feel like great bows can be a little not desirable with their hit rate.
The thing about Great Bow on Carbon is his one, like, most standout stat is speed.
He fast.
And he loses the 2-range bonus.
Yeah.
So I actually don't like Great Bow on him. I mean, that being said, he also loses the 2-range bonus on Stormbow. So maybe I don't see the sauce. Maybe I don't see the intention. Maybe I'm reading too much into things. and he's just supposed to be the guy you send into the arena because of the accuracy bonuses.
He does stuff, I guess.
He's pretty cool. I like him.
Maybe one day I'll actually use him, even though he's like 28th on the list of units I want to use in this game, so...
I mean, he just doesn't stand out as much as the others do, I feel like.
Look at him go! Sveltzalis, slam!
In a world, he feels similar to Butch, where it's like a world full of gimmick characters. This is the one just ordinary dude.
This is the one that's just good because he hits stuff with numbers to do the damage that makes the HP go down. Oh.
7 attack, 9 defense. Dang it. If only
You
we had
do
the Banner
need
Lance.
You do need both Mikey and Carbon to be alive to get a pretty useful weapon in Prep's next map.
Yes. Yeah, we get another Axe Buster.
Yeah. That Axe Buster is kind of really nice.
Especially because Laz, we're
He's, like,
fighting
right
Laz
there.
soon.
So warping time?
Yeah, let's pull Mikey.
Woo. Look at him go!
I was thinking of getting the kill to Carbon, but I think focusing it on Mikey, I am going to be using both of them for, like, probably relatively the same amount of time, but I think Mikey gets more out of 15 and then instant promotion than Carbon does. The extra hit is nice, but in this context, I really value that damage more.
If you're
1, 2,
willing...
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2.
If you're willing to take multiple bites out of your Brave Lance, just think of the damage output possibilities with Mikey. With Luna Brave Lance. You're going to chew through pretty much your entire Brave Lance, but... Shining Bow! I mean, who cares about his magic? 19 might is 19 might.
I mean, he has 6 magic. That's, like, decent. It's not as decent as Jeff, but it is decent.
It is something.
Alright, let's heal you up.
I like the Halberdier that just kind of
figure out
stands
how we're
there
doing
to
this
the right.
approach. Yeah, he's guarding this staircase.
He just kind of, like, sits there.
We don't even need to, like, we're going to because it's promoted experience, but we don't even need to mess with him if we don't want to. I think we've gotten through the initial, like, scariest portion.
I think that's, like, the hardest part of the map done.
Yeah. The Wyverns don't scare me too much. Maybe that's my vanity.
The Wyverns are scary whenever you're trying to push forward to kill the guy on the throne with the next number of turns.
The thing is, I'm trying to be really conservative about this save point. Because, and I know that this is, like, why it's there. And it's very devious, and I'm absolutely falling for it. But there's the next save point is near the arena.
Oh, there's one right there. To the left of the village on screen right now.
Oh! I didn't see that. Okay, well then we'll use this one.
Yeah, there's like 3 save points on this map.
Yeah, we'll just save
most
here,
maps
then.
have like 2, but this is like a really long map, so there's an extra save point.
Well, when I was looking it over earlier, like
Look
off
at that.
camera, I counted. Again, almost as if it was set up to show this guy off.
Yeah, wow. I love it when enemies are designed in a map to showcase a unit's like good traits and strengths to give you a good first impression. That's a good unit and map design.
Lance Reaver.
Hmm.
12 defense. 17 AS. So he doesn't get doubled. It's a steel sword. Time for Just Cause!
Whee!
And everyone else just start, like, now that we've taken care of the Ranger.
We can kind of move forward with more of our units.
Get ready to punch the Ballista.
Oh, I know Mikey has a really silly combo that a friend of mine took a lot of advantage of in their playthrough, because Mikey supports Desmond, and Desmond gets the funny weapon this map that has the funny side effects, and it stacks with Just Cause.
And I imagine supports as well.
Yeah, so you can have Mikey stand next to Desmond to just get, I want to do 8 billion extra damage this turn.
Stabby, stabby.
Mikey's
He's one level
solid.
away from 15 as well.
Yeah, it's almost
and, like, we
Luna
do
hours.
Want Luna on him. Stabby, stabby.
He's getting there. Are we just gonna like run Joseph in there to bonk the Ballista? Or someone?
Probably. I think that's probably the best play, is just like, it's Joseph hours.
Just walk forwards, eating hits.
I have been playing so much Fire Emblem Fates lately that my brain was like, aha! He's using a sword that's a Reaver, therefore, I have advantage with the bow. Because axes are at disadvantage against swords in Fates.
Yeah.
Alright, and then we'll move all y'all.
Catch up.
Need that little extra bit of experience.
Every little bit counts.
I mean, if he hits level 7 at the exact point, that's what I'm talking
That'd
about.
be cool.
It would be neat. Neat and cool, in fact.
Whoosh.
Alright. And now that guy,
Oh,
now that he's finished his vendetta against walls, he's ready.
He is here to finish the job or something. I don't know.
Finishing the fight.
Oh, do we want to hit that save point?
We did.
Oh, that's right.
Unless you want me to hit another one 2 turns later.
Oh.
Because there's another one up there. That was why I hit the first one. Because you pointed it out to me.
I looked away for a sec whenever you used the... I didn't think you had used the bottom one yet.
Ooh, no, I didn't. I mean, I did. I did. I didn't.
You did not.
I didn't not. Did. 2.
Whoa.
Okay, so we'll let the fighter come to us. Hello, Mr. Fighter.
We'll be here.
Hello, Mr. One Experience on Desmond.
Douche.
Bonk you.
Slowly.
Slowly. This is how a life is lost. I don't remember the full quote, but I was trying to be the darkest dungeon narrator. But
I didn't know what you were trying to quote, so you could have just made something up and I would have believed you.
It's like a... Okay,
oh, so close.
Epic. It's like an RPG where your party members get, like, stressed from, like, the horrors that they have to encounter adventuring.
I had a friend that played it and showed it off to me a little bit.
Oh, Mikey,
It looked kind of neat.
Mikey, you're so epic.
Mikey's doing pretty awesome right now.
Honestly, quite incredible. Oh, they coming.
Yeah, the bow armors do move.
closer than I had hoped.
No,
really? You
he's
sure?
leaving.
Because we retreated a bunch. Are
Oh
you sure
God,
I'm
they're
closer than you
They're
hoped?
almost up the first mountain.
We ran backwards and then forwards and then backwards and then forwards.
Gotta keep them guessing. They'll never see it coming.
Never see it coming. Something. And now I've been copyright struck by Atlas.
No, you can't sing our music.
It's actually illegal.
I remember not realizing these bar armors moved, and I lost a unit in the Iron Man because of it. Because they
Oh,
look
who'd
like
you
they'd be
lose?
stationary. Carbon.
The Carboner.
Which, to be fair, it's two bow armor standing on two fortresses, like blocking the way forwards. They look like they wouldn't move.
Do they both have longbows?
Yeah.
Damn.
But they're already moving forward,
Can
so you
Carbon
could just,
live
like...
2 hits from them? 8 defense? Probably not.
Would he
27
even, like...
attack? 21? Fuck no. Okay.
Would he even do any meaningful damage on counter?
The Carboner.
Schwarp in
well,
time?
I guess we'll swarp up. Oh. Who has an armor sleigh on them? You have a rapier. Someone's got to have an armor sleigh, right? Or did I leave them all in the convoy?
The one effective weapon you didn't bring along.
Well, so the initial rush doesn't have armors. Is why I was like, when I'm loading up people's inventories, I was like, okay, well I can probably...
I don't need that.
Yeah, the armor sleigh. Give to armor sleigh. And then we go swarp in time.
Zwoop. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3,
I thought
4, 5.
so.
Yeah, on the
I
board.
was the way that I was going off of it, right? I'm not stupid. I was like, oh, green equals her maximum range. That's yoink. No,
yeah, I
it's
forgot
physic.
the physic was there.
Yeah,
I've
so I
done
was
that
like,
too.
so that was what happened. I promise I'm not all the way stupid, just most of the way stupid.
Can't wait for Flynn to slay these armors.
Well, he'll only be able to slay one, unfortunately.
If only he could power staff with an armor slayer.
Power armor slayer. No,
New
that's a skill I want.
New obscure hero skill where if you use an armor slayer versus a specific type of armor, you get another action. But then there's 3 walls of text below it explaining stuff.
You know, I was gonna say you're being unfair to heroes because it doesn't have enough text, but then you said there's 3 more walls of text, so never mind. You were being completely fair to heroes. There was a, you ever watch FEE3? The, like, hack showcase? There
It's
was
like something catch my
one...
interest, and I'll check it out.
There was one where, like, the selling point was that every character has, like, 6 skills that are so long you have to scroll through, like, 5 text boxes for them, and I'm like, you know what? That's great for the people who like that. But I could not be more immediately turned off.
I think you showed it to me. It was something alright. Woo! Slaying the armor!
Slay Queen. Okay, so now... we have 1, 2, 3... Okay, so we will...
Who are we feeding the Hobbit to? Desmond for promo EXP?
I was thinking Flynn for promo
That
EXP.
too.
Because he has the Lance Reaver for it.
And now you did the opposite.
Yeah, this time it was... I forgot about the sleep. So it wasn't the opposite. It was still just not remembering there was a 5 range in there.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking backwards. No!
So we can get 12 damage. But we can bring it up to 18. Still not. Nope, do not save.
Save the game?
22.
Gonzalez slam!
Oh,
Critical.
or Svelte says my kill.
Tasty EXP.
Damn, I used a yoink staff for that.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's not a huge deal, because we're gonna get another yoink shop in chapter 16.
Yeah.
And like that was experience.
We will have the money for more yoink, most likely.
Oh, there's no most likely about it. Why do you think I'm saving a save point for the arena?
Woo! Money! And plenty
Oh,
XP.
money. I don't know how much degenerate grinding I'm going to do, but I've seen some people say that the meta strategy is to grind Flynn up to promoted 18 in this map, and that therefore he's the best unit in the game because he has double lion at the end of 13. And I think that anyone who you give 18 promoted levels of arena grinding will be the strongest unit in your army, whether or not they have double lion.
I could also train Joseph to 2020 in this map, and now he's invulnerable to everything for the next 2/3 of the game.
Yeah, if you have his defense high enough that he takes 0 from the ballistas, set up an end turn macro. You're golden. Are they gonna start moving? No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I thought there was like a prompt to make some of them start moving, but I guess they don't. It's warping time.
It was not that much of a swarp.
I don't think it did anything.
It didn't.
Whoopsie daisies.
Look, sometimes it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
Besides, we have all the turns in the world, see?
What's this? It'll be 21.
I think he will crit.
The thing is, if he doesn't crit, that's 3 uses of the Lance Reaver. Whereas instead, what we could do...
Is Desmond eats dirt and dies. How much chip do... you give the 1-use Iron Bow back to Joseph and he chips.
I thought it was +4, it's only +2.
Nah, it's only 2.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that works. Dual crit.
Why
I thought
are
I
you
could
rooting
will-
against me, you evil, evil person?
I'm not rooting against you, I'm rooting for Joseph. Because he might have gotten a disloyal proc!
Joseph wants to Jagan. Joseph actually told me in a direct message, I would like 0 more kills for the remainder of the playthrough.
I also told you Flynn would crit and you didn't believe me.
Well, that's because it was a different RN. Joseph didn't crit. Joseph took the no crit RN.
I trust. He would have rerun the RNs to give you a crit RN.
Forget the fact that one of them had a 10% and one of them had a 40%. It's literally just a do you crit or not. It just asks the computer, do I have permission to crit? And if the computer says yes, then they crit. They're very polite. Hey, worst unit.
No. new personal skill where it gives you the shift command or like the burn command. It doesn't tell you what it does, but all it does is just like burn 4 RN. And the game doesn't tell you that that's what it's doing.
Is that what whir does?
What?
Whir on Addington.
We're gonna find out one day that's what Ware's been doing this entire time. It burns RNs invisibly.
It's a secret. Retina, if you're watching this and you know how to do it, update whir.
Ware eats RNs. I need to go grab something real quick while you're getting your units into position for the next
Do the
wave of
Wyvern, are they
enemies.
zone based or are they turn
They must be
based?
zone based.
Because like, what turn is it?
They have to be.
It's turn
all the
19.
I do know once you like cross up past like the broken walls, you get more guys, like more enemies show up. But I'm gonna go fill up my water and go grab something real quick while we're shuffling into our next attack position. I'll be just a sec.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to ballista grind him up to 100 yet.
Yeah.
It was what I'm doing is I was like, I might as well if I'm waiting for those wyverns to show up, but they must be zone based.
They have to be zone based.
Oh, I didn't think you were here. Hello.
Oh no, yeah,
Welcome back.
yeah.
Or did
were
you not
trying to tell
leave
me
yet?
something.
I was gonna be like,
No,
that's
yeah.
fast.
No, yeah, I'll be just a sec.
Okay. Now that Jacob's not gone, I have a secret I need to tell all of y'all. Subscribe to Casual Jacob. That's the secret.